Little tips that are going to make a big difference in your double unders. First, your rope care. So it comes out and it should be coiled up. You always want to return it in a coil so that you don't have kinks in your rope. Kinks in your rope can potentially, especially as you're learning double unders, affect your rope arc and make it easier to trip. Secondly, when you open the rope up, you do not want to step in it because that step is going to create kinks in the rope. Third, when we start our single unders or our double unders, our rope is always going to start here, and then we send our hands wide to initiate the jump, okay? Here, and you can see that the rope is sitting at my calves, okay? So that ensures that the arc starts high, and then I'm bringing the rope around, sending my hands down, and then the rope is going to land at my feet, and I'm going to jump. So if I were to start a single under, right? And if I was going to start a double under, okay? It starts the exact same way. I always start with my handles up here. Now, for your handle hold, you will see that most of our ropes, if we're using a specific CrossFit rope for double unders, has thumb handles. It's funny, you can see which one I use almost always in my right hand and which one I use in my left hand. So for your hand hold, you have two options. You can put your thumb and your finger in the little hand hold here like this, or if you want to go shorter, you're going to put your thumb and your finger in the grips up here. Now, one of the things that you're going to notice as you progress with your double unders is that let me rephrase that. As you do more double unders and you connect more and more, as we become more fatigued, we have a tendency to go out. That going out is our attempt to incorporate more and more muscles into the double under, because this starts to get fatigued, right? Our forearms are pretty small and they're going to fatigue relatively fast, right? So if I incorporate more and more large muscles, I'm going to be able to continue to keep going. So if you start with the rope shorter, right, with my hands here, and then as I become more fatigued, a lot of times you'll see athletes come out here, and then you'll even see towards the end of, say, if they're hitting like 100, 200, and they're really fighting, their hands are going to be out here because they're getting more and more tired, and their arc is becoming wider and wider. The grip is very, very important. You want to keep it nice and relaxed. You don't want to be death gripping your rope, because the more relaxed your hands are, the more relaxed this is, the less fatiguing your double unders will be overall. We're going to go over the jump a lot in your penguin jumps, but making sure that you get in the habit now of initiating your jump from your toes and not from our knees, right? You can even feel the difference when you initiate the jump from your knees. It loads the lower back when I keep my chest up and I jump like this, right? Squeezing my butt, keeping everything nice and tight. That's going to be a big one as you develop the capacity to be able to do high rep double unders. We are aiming for proficiency and comfort in moving so that the exercise is as minimally fatiguing as possible, okay? So, to reiterate, I always start my double unders or single unders from here. I throw the rope wide. I am finding a comfortable grip with my fingers in either the grip hold here or the grip hold here. If I have a RX rope, the RPM ropes also have similar positions. They have a more narrow grip, which some people like better. And then I'm keeping my chest up. I'm starting my jump from my toes. Very, very, very important. And we will talk about rope length later, but the rope length, your rope should be about at bra line or a little bit shorter. The more proficient you become, the shorter your rope can be, which means that you get to have faster double unders. Again, when we learn how to do double unders, we tend to go out here really wide, which means we want a longer rope to accommodate that big arc. And as I gain the ability to keep my arms in and down, my rope can be shorter.